Every relationship hides a story, and every story carries pain. Welcome to Cheating Stories Insights, where truth bleeds through words. It started with a laugh. Not hers, mine. Low, controlled, almost unrecognizable. She was at the dinner table, holding court as usual, her friends circling her like planets around a sun that burned only for attention. The wine glimmered in their glasses. The lights dimmed just enough to make cruelty look sophisticated. She told one of her jokes, about me, of course, something about how I cried at a movie, how I took everything too seriously. They laughed. She looked at me over her glass, expecting me to smile. I did. A small, careful smile, the kind that hides a fracture behind polished teeth. That's when she said it again. The phrase that had become her shield, her weapon, her way out of guilt. "You're too sensitive. Learn to take a joke." And I did, eventually. The first time I suspected something deeper, something beyond the jokes, was on a Tuesday. She was late coming home. I watched her through the kitchen window when she finally arrived, her laughter still lingering from the driveway. That kind of laughter doesn't belong to traffic delays. She looked alive in a way she hadn't been in months. I stood behind the counter, chopping vegetables, blade meeting board with mechanical precision. When she walked in, she kissed my cheek like a stranger who'd rehearsed the gesture but forgotten its meaning. I caught the faintest trace of a man's cologne that wasn't mine. "Rough day?" she asked. I smiled. Not anymore. She didn't notice the pause that followed, the quiet inhalation of a man realizing his life might be a lie. I didn't accuse her, not right away. That would have ruined the game. Instead, I observed. Patterns, calls, late meetings, drinks with coworkers. I started joking back about her cooking, her driving, the way she forgot things. She didn't like that. Her smile tightened. Her eyes flashed. "Oh, come on," I said. "You're not mad, are you? Too sensitive? Learn to take a joke." The silence that followed was worth more than any confession. Weeks passed. I became methodical. She never noticed. I went through her phone once, only once. That's all it took. A string of messages. Nothing explicit, just soft betrayals wrapped in casual words. An emoji too familiar, a memory too private. I screenshotted everything, sent it to my own email, then deleted the traces. I was careful, always careful. At night, she slept beside me, unaware that I was awake, listening to her breathing like a stranger studies a map they've already decided to burn. Sometimes I'd whisper quietly to the darkness, "I'm learning," because I was. When the truth arrived, it was printed on paper, clinical, undeniable. A single page from the private investigator. Photos, locations, dates. Her and him. Smiling, touching, joking. I looked at the pictures for a long time. Not in anger, just in understanding. It all made sense now. The cruelty, the laughter, the need to belittle me in front of others. It was never about jokes. It was about control, and I had finally taken mine back. That night I cooked dinner, her favorite, lasagna. The table was set perfectly, candles lit, music soft. When she came home, her face lit up with surprise. "What's all this?" she asked. I smiled. "Just wanted to spend some time together." She laughed nervously. "You're up to something." "Maybe," I said. We ate, talked, pretended. Halfway through, I slid the folder across the table. "What's this?" "Just something I found." She opened it. Her hands trembled. Her face drained of color. The silence was delicious. The air between us thickened, years of mockery collapsing into one suffocating truth. "I can explain," she said. "I'm sure you can," I replied, sipping my wine, "but I don't think I need to hear it." Her eyes filled. "You went through my phone?" "No," I said calmly. "You went through my patience." She broke then, collapsed into apologies, half words, trembling hands reaching across the table. I just watched, cold, detached. "Why didn't you say anything?" she whispered. Because, I said softly, I was learning to take a joke. Her breath hitched, and I smiled again, the same small, careful smile from that dinner weeks ago. The next morning, I was gone. No note, no argument, no closure for her, just absence. I left the ring on the kitchen counter beside her untouched plate from the night before. It looked like a monument to everything she'd underestimated. As I walked out into the cool morning air, I felt something new. Not peace, not victory, just clarity. She'd wanted me to be tougher, to stop feeling so deeply. She succeeded. She created a version of me that could endure anything, even her. And the irony? That was the best joke she ever told. Because I finally learned to laugh, just not with her.